Hello ladies and gentlemen, boys and girls, it's Breezilla here and I hope you're all well. And I'm a little bit dishevelled, a little bit hungover from another debauchery. But anyway, I needed to talk to you about the event. So, the event has started and we've got some problems. So, I'll talk through the problems, the main problem after this match. First of all, Naval. Naval has some serious issues at the moment. Now I'm going to show you some of them, and this is purely it, right? This is patrol boat gameplay. This is PT boat gameplay at the moment. You launch torpedoes. You might be able to get a few shots on target, but then a cancer barge will just rip to pieces. The SF-40s, yes, the SF-40, the cancerous vehicle that has caused so many issues, is causing more and more issues now. Now, as you saw, I did launch my torpedoes then at the start of the match, and this is basically how you're going to get your torpedo quota done in this game mode. Is you just rush out, launch torpedoes, and hope for the best, while cancer barges mow you down. So we've got 2 kills there, 2 by torpedo. So that's a good start to the play. Now, firing at this motor gunboat here, and shooting just a little bit over him, firing off at him, launch my torpedoes again because I know I'm going to die very quickly. So torpedoes are off, there's widespread on them, start firing again, my 20mm and 50 cal start hitting him, goes through the boat, and I do manage to just take him out. Now, the Russian riverboats simply aren't working in this mode because, well, they've got armour, but the guns are too hard to use. Now I'm going to try and take out this cancer barge, and as you see, I managed to get about 3 or 4 shots on it before it ripped me to pieces. All people are doing in this event are sitting at cancer barges and just harvesting damage. Now this is going to be a good way to get you wins, but it's not going to be a good way to get you the other achievements. So things like torpedo kills, you're not going to get that aspect. But you will get the win ratio, you will get the damage ratio done. But it shouldn't be like that. Now right here, I'm actually trying to turn around, so I'm going to try and head for B. Because, you know, obviously I don't want to go back to just the swarm of cancer barges there. As you can see in my spawn here, I'm already being peppered by 20mm gunfire by a sea of those cancer barges. It doesn't work. This game mode does not work. This game does not work in general. This whole effing system does not work. And I know what you're going to say to me. Oh, Screwzilla, well, it's actually in open beta at the moment, so you can't complain about it because they will fix it. No, that's bullshit. If you believe that, good on you. You probably believe that the moon was not landed on and lizard people run the government. But the issue is Gaijin's not listened to anyone about the development of this game, right? They've pretended to listen, and they've done a few tweaks to be like, oh, well, we've made it better, but they haven't. This is the same game mode as it was about a year ago. This is the same system as about a year ago. Nothing has really changed. The same problems exist, i.e. the flak barges. The fact that if you play anything other than a German flak barge, you can't get close to the bastards. You can't do anything to them. The fact that AI gunners are ridiculously accurate for aircraft, that's still a problem in game. The fact that, you know, the gameplay is just utterly awful, and it is. Now the way you fix this is you make aiming manual, and I don't mean point and click as it is now, because this is all it is. It's a point and click adventure, right? There's no skill involved in this game mode. All it is point, press X, and away you go, right? That's it. That's the only skill needed for this game mode. It's ludicrous and it makes no sense whatsoever. Now this black barge is being towed to get some more speed, right? And as you can see, there's some torpedoes coming in from me. And 3, 2, 1. 2 dead boats from the torpedo. Now, this actually didn't count as a torpedo kill. It counted one of them, but not the other. Which was highly frustrating to me because, you know, I thought I'd had 4 torpedo kills in the game, which I had. Unfortunately, the game only registered 3. So, you know, there is that aspect of problem as well. Another issue with this game mode and this event. All this naval game mode is issues. The fact that they're actually doing this kind of event for it now is to try and get more people playing it so they can see what the problems are. Because nobody plays it anymore. Right, before this event, nobody was really playing ships anymore. It took probably about 10 to 20 minutes to get a game in anything in anything that was a destroyer or a cruiser. You could sometimes get games in the lower tiers where people were trying out the patrol boats first of all, but other than that, there was nothing you could do. It makes no sense, it's ludicrous, it's broken, and it needs fixing. Gaijin, you need to fix your shit, because this game mode is so broken, so crap, so awful, it's nigh on unplayable. Now, Rotten Orange down here is coming along, and his AI gunners have caught me. His actual gunners are not looking at me, but his AI gunners have found me. So his AI anti-aircraft have found me, and he does get blown up by a bomb from another player. But it's beyond a joke. This game is beyond a joke now. It simply does not work. And Gaijin do not listen to us. We need to actually start telling them. We need to start shouting at them, because they're not listening to anything we say. They're not listening to one iota of what we say about this game mode. They don't give a shit. They just want people to pay money. That's all. There'll be next patch. They're going to have more cruisers. We've already seen this. They're going to have more destroyers. We've already seen this. We're probably going to get premium, you know, heavy cruisers or something like that. Get a heavy cruiser premium and get into the open beta for premium cruisers. Yay! That will be a thing, right? And they'll cost probably $100 or something stupid like that. And idiots will buy them. People will buy them and give Gaijin money and keep helping them make a terrible game. Gaijin are not going to change until we have to make them change. Now, the other thing I wanted to talk about today, other than the fact that the cancer barge is still causing such an issue. Now, a boat that was causing a lot of issues early on was the LCS here, the Landing Craft Support Vehicle, right? Now, back in the day, I think this was like 2.0 or something stupid like that, and it was coming up against the pretty much the reserve boats. You know, it was really causing problems because nobody could touch it. This thing was so overpowered in the day. Gaijin moved it to 3.7. What about the flak barges? Something that we've said has been an issue since day one. I'm telling you, this has been told to Gaijin since they were released. We have said these things are too powerful. This thing has 4 times 4 20mm flak guns, right? Look at the amount of guns on this thing, right? If you turn the ship backwards, sorry, this is the back of it. You've also got a 37mm that you can use. So, if you've got your ship positioned correctly, you've got 8 20mm and 1 37mm. That's a lot of guns. Now, this thing also has armour, and it has armour for the gunners, which means that some guns will just not be able to penetrate it. If you're using HE, for example, with a sort of smaller caliber gun, you're probably not going to penetrate this. The concrete itself is actually a very heavy structure, so again, it's very hard to penetrate and cause damage to. This thing is so tanky, it's unbelievable. Now, the players of this boat, I can tell you in advance what they're going to say. Now, they've already written it in the comments. But Scree,
It's really hard to play with flak boat, actually. The SF-40 is a really hard boat to play. Yeah, it actually requires a lot of skill to play it, because your gunners get taken out so quickly and easily in every match. You know, you'll get a patrol boat come past, and it will wipe out all your gunners in one pass, and you can't do anything to fight them. It's such a hard thing to play.
Bullshit. This thing does not require any skill to play. You can go AFK. You can leave this thing AFK with these guns active, and you can do this. What we'll do is we'll just take it into a test battle, and I will show you what I mean. You switch to the 37mm, and you switch to 20s to AI, right? And you can go AFK, and this thing, so turn the guns off for a second. And we'll go to the 37mm, so now I'm controlling this gun, and now we'll turn our gunners back on. This is all without me doing hands off keyboard. I'm not doing anything, right? Now, low crew skill here, so the gunners are not as accurate as they should be, but still, target is destroyed. Still not touching anything. Still not touching anything. The AI gunners go towards the plane, and they will take the plane out. And that is 16 20mm guns on the plane. You know, a hell of a lot of guns on the plane. What I'm doing is I'm going to be drinking coffee. You know, I can just sit back and drink coffee. And my gunners are going to take care of everything. You know, if I've got high enough crew skill, my gunners will just do everything for me. There's nothing I need to do. You know, I don't need to worry about this. If I did actually, you know, want to actually input something, I could just go. Just click on that one, and I'll just click on my gunners to acquire it. Oh no, sorry. So we've killed the plane, I think. So we've targeted that boat, and that's all we've done. We just put it on target, so our gunners will focus on it. So it's at a long distance now, and it's a bit harder to hit, of course. If we had our gunner skill up, then this would hit most of the time. But you get the general idea. So we'll just go back to hangar, and I'll just show you something as well, because this is a pay-to-win mechanic, and this is a pay-to-win mechanic you'll see no other YouTuber talking about, but you'll probably see them all talk about it after I've made this video, because that's usually what happens whenever I make a video. You know, but somehow everybody else starts talking about it. Because, you know, I've only got, like, you know, 400 viewers, whereas everybody else has got millions. So these skills here, you pump these skills up, and your gunners do everything for you. The AI gunner accuracy makes the AI gunners more accurate. The auxiliary gunner accuracy makes your gunners more accurate. Now, if you're playing this in regular mode,
oh, but screw, you can actually get your crew skill up in normal mode. It's not that hard. You don't have to do much. It just happens.
It happens very, very slowly. You gain crew experience at an extremely slow rate. And to get the actual skills you need a hell of a lot of things to do. Because you also need to get the damage control up. Because if you get the survival leadership up, then you can basically put fires out, stop your ship from sinking, and repair everything pretty much instantaneously. This is the same for tanks, by the way. Ground vehicles are the same. You know, it's the same issue. And what happens is somebody will go and buy a lot of Golden Eagles, and they will up the crew skill of their vehicle. I've done it myself. You know, I admit freely I've done it myself with the Crancy Krafkes here. Right, I upped my AA guns to full. Right, now could put to the reload speed because that's probably a good thing to do, but I wanted to get my auxiliary gunners up. But the AI gunners are up high. And what this means is your anti-aircraft gunners will take out a plane instantly. It's nearly impossible to get a plane near these things because the crew skill is so high. If you do that with your auxiliary gunners, that means the guns you're not controlling have much more accuracy, and the AI gunners are a lot smarter than us because they can see through walls, they can see through buildings and cities and and islands, and they will start firing at them, and they will take them out nearly instantaneously. This is a huge problem, and it's something Gaijin has not addressed and will not address. But it is a problem we needed to speak of. So yeah, just to show you as well, I've only played one battle so far in the the Sea Voyage event. Now, we did see 4 enemies get killed by torpedoes. Only we got 3, however. Now, because of that last torpedo, because it was killed 2 people at the same time, it doesn't count. So, if you get a multi-kill with 1 torpedo, it only counts as 1. So, yeah, just enjoy that while you're doing this grind. As I said, with things like the flak barge, you're going to get this one and this one done relatively quickly. But you're not going to get the zones done. You're not going to get the cruisers killed. So, you're going to need to do something else. Now, this is a really easy one to achieve with using the flak barge. As I said, you just sit there and go AFK and roll your face across the keyboard, and you're going to kill a lot of people and you're going to do a lot of damage. But where is the skill? Where is the fun? There is no fun in this game mode, and there has not been for a long time. With this A, B, C capping bullshit, the game mode does not work. Bring back convoys. Bring back other things. Make it more interesting. Make it so you can actually play against players. Make ships feel like ships, right? Aiming a bloody cruiser should not simply be point and click. You should have to work out the elevation. You should have to work out the distance yourself. It shouldn't be just press X and then fire, right? Because that's all it is at the moment. And I will prove this. I will just take out this ship quickly, and I'll show you exactly what I mean, right? All this game mode is press X, simulate it, and click. It's basically cookie clicker, right? It's one of those clicker games you play on your mobile phone. That's all Naval is, right? So, off in the distance there's a destroyer. So we've pressed X, that's what I've done. Our gunner's going to turn. Press X again. Wait for all our guns to come on board. There we go, all our gunners are on board. Press X again. Now we can make a ranging shot, mind you. But we've got an instant hit. This was without a ranging shot. Now this is on arcade mode, but realistic is still the same. It's still the same issues, just you miss a bit more because it's a bit harder to hit things. Fire again. And we do more damage. I'm doing this with one hand, by the way. Just going to drink some more coffee. My right hand is holding down the left mouse button. And away we go. I could probably put a weight on my left mouse button and it would do the same thing, right? If this ship's stationary, we could just simply do it one-handed, right? We could kill a ship without one-handed without even looking. Let's not even look at this. The guns go off. Let's see where our shots are going. Oh look, we hit! Not even looking! Amazing! Oh god, I'm such a skilled player! Look at my amazing skill! Now I'm just going to turn on my AA gunners, right? And we're just going to come out of this. And let's see how long it takes until that Ju-88 is killed. About 5-6 seconds was that? A hell of a range. That would have been, what? That would have been about... probably about 800, 900 meters at a height of about 1,000 feet, possibly. But instantly killed. Well, I didn't do anything with that one as well. There was no input from me other than pressing the E key. So let's just put it to auxiliary gunners and see how long before these ships start. Okay, I'm doing this no-handed. Some coffee. Now the auxiliary guns aren't trained on this one, so they are a bit stupid, but still, as you can see, we've pretty much instantly killed one boat, and instantly killed another boat. And our auxiliary guns are going to fire at the destroyer now in a long distance area. You know, what we could do is we could just switch to this gun, or actually even these guns, switch to these guns, because that way our main guns will fire. So our main guns will now fire on their own, automatically, without our input. Now this is a long distance, so the AI gunners are not as good at, you know, like, however far away this is. But it's just simply ridiculous, right? That we can kill ships without even having our hands on the keyboard. Where is the skill in this? Where is the skill in this game mode? Like, what are we doing? What are we even doing? Let's just quickly mark this guy for being shot at. We'll see if we can do it. Now this is at almost 7 kilometers, right? Again, no hands. We'll see what happens here. Our AI gunners might not be firing because it might be out of range. So 7 kilometers you're fine, but if we just switch back to our main guns, we'll just aim at it. We'll hit X again, and again one-handed. Just hands off the keyboard now. We'll see what happens with this first salvo. Now this first salvo should miss. Realistically, it should miss, but we get a couple of hits. Non-penetrations, but we do get a couple of hits. This game mode requires 0 skill. Like, I'm sure a blind chimpanzee could actually get a few kills in Naval without much problem, because the skill required in it is minimal. Let's just return back to Hanover again. So yeah, Naval is really broken, and we still don't have any fixes for it, and Gaijin still don't talk to us about fixing it. They still ignore all of our problems, and it's not good enough. It's not good enough. And players don't talk about the players do talk about the problems, they moan about it, but they don't do anything about it. What you do is you make posts on the forums, you go to social media, you go to Twitter or Facebook, and you bitch about it, you share it and actually complain about it. On Twitter you post War Thunder and post War Thunder is broken. Do things like that, because that is the only way Gaijin are going to listen to you and actually make Naval feel like a Naval gameplay, not just a point and click simulator that it is now. Okay guys, I've been ranting long enough. I hope you've got the idea of this video. I hope you understand why I'm so annoyed about this, and I hope you understand why I do have this passion, because I want this to work, I want this to succeed. I enjoy naval combat and I want a good naval combat simulator. I do not, however, want a point and click simulator, which it currently is, and it is not good enough. Gaijin are not good enough for this. They should do better. They need to do better on this, because they have not listened to anything we've said. They have not done any changes that are necessary. The only changes they have done are put bigger ships in the game. Sorry, I'm just going to go on one more tangent here, because back in the day, this was all we had. Patrol boats, right? This was the premium you bought to get into beta, right? This was the premium, this one here, right? And this ship is now pretty much useless, because it's not light boats anymore, it's not tiny boats anymore, it is destroyers, it is cruisers. Larger boats are the new meta, and then it's going to be heavy cruisers, and then it's going to be battleships, and they're going to add these things to shut up the local community that say, we want bigger ships, because naval isn't fun at the moment. It would be fun if we had big ships. No, it wouldn't work, because Gaijin can't actually make this work, because they make maps that don't work. They make maps where you can shoot each other at the start. Like, what the hell? Like, seriously, how did that even get past Q&A? How does that even get past quality assurance? Like, how do you do that? How do you make this map and go, that's one damn fine looking map there? You know, no, it's not. It is a broken map, because you can shoot each other at the start of the game, right? If you're in a cruiser or a destroyer, your game goes like this. You get your first destroyer, you get the France here, right? You play in it. You go to the match. What happens is you get shot by a cruiser. It lands here. It disables your engine. Your engine is now out and you're stationary, on fire. You do not have FPE, you do not have parts. So, what happens is you just sit in your spawn, trying to shoot the enemy with your single gun that you can point at them, slowly sinking, slowly dying from fire, and unable to move for the rest of the game. How is that fun? I don't understand how that is fun. I don't understand how that is a game mode that they thought was possible. The fact that ships still do not have FPE and parts as standard is a mystery to me, because ships do not work without fire prevention. You need fire prevention on ships, because ships catch on fire a fuck ton of times, right? In a single match you'll probably have 7 or 8 fires on a cruiser at least, right? If you don't have FPE, you're fucked. You can't do anything. You're useless to the team. Actually, you're worthless to the team. You're making up a spot on that team that does not need to exist. You are basically hurting your team's chances of winning. So don't play your new cruiser, because it's only going to make the team lose, right? That's not a thing that should be happening. That's not something that we should say. We should say, awesome, a new cruiser, this is great, have fun in it. We shouldn't just have one game in it where we get set on fire and then have to buy golden eagles to buy FPE and parts for it so we can actually play the bloody thing. And that's the same thing that's going to happen to heavy cruisers, the same thing that's going to happen to battleships, unless we get parts and FPE as standard for effing ships. Alright, I'm actually going to end here. I hope you've enjoyed this ranty video. And this is actually the second time I'm making this video, so I do apologise if I seem a little bit out of it, because yeah, I'd made this video earlier on, and basically, joy of joys, I had a massive echo issue with my microphone. Now, I made this video at about 4 AM this morning when I was very drunk still, but it was very good, and it had the same sort of notes to it. But I've had to re-record it, so it's a re-recording, what can I say. If you have enjoyed this video, please feel free to give me a sub and a like, and make a comment as well. Let me know what you think. I want your feedback on this, guys. Do you think ships should have FP as standard? Do you think ships are broken? Do you think ships are fun to play? Do you think they're shit at the moment? Do you think there needs to be a change? Do you think that simply making tanks on water works? You know, this is what they've done. Do you think the game modes work? Do you think this event works? Let me know in the comments below. Also, feel free to join my Discord server and chat about it there. This is an issue that needs to be fixed, and it's not going to get fixed until people like you, yes, you, right there, you, that person, starts shouting about it, starts telling Gaijin about it, right? Now, don't do this in a, you know, fuck you Gaijin way. Do this in a, Gaijin, please, we need this done. We need to be calm and rational about this, but at the same time, Gaijin needs to fix this. And the longer it takes for them to fix this, the worse the community is going to get, because the community is going to get angrier and angrier. It's so broken, and I've said this. If you go back and watch my videos about the beta, I was saying this game is not ready for open beta yet. This game is not ready yet. This game is broken. I've said the same thing for the past 2 years, I think, or year or two. I can't even remember when beta started. Ever since ships have come out, I have said the same things, and they still don't listen. Alright, ladies and gentlemen, have a good day, and I'll see you next time. Bye bye.